The Harrod-Domar model, a foundational neoclassical growth model, elucidates the relationship between savings, investment, and economic growth. Its primary contribution lies in its articulation of the conditions necessary for sustained economic expansion, albeit within a framework of restrictive assumptions. Theoretical underpinnings. The model posits that economic growth is fundamentally driven by capital accumulation. This accumulation is contingent upon savings, which are subsequently channeled into investment. The efficiency of capital utilization, represented by the capital output ratio, determines the extent to which investment translates into output growth. Savings-investment nexus. The model establishes a direct linkage between savings and investment. Savings, as a proportion of national income, constitute the pool of funds available for investment. In a simplified closed economy, savings are assumed to be the sole source of investment financing. Capital productivity. The capital output ratio, a crucial parameter, signifies the amount of capital required to generate a unit of output. A lower capital output ratio indicates higher capital productivity, implying that a given level of investment yields greater output growth. Warranted growth. The model introduces the concept of a warranted growth rate, which represents the growth rate necessary for maintaining full utilization of capital. Deviation from this warranted growth rate leads to either excess capacity or insufficient capital, resulting in economic instability. Mathematical formalization. The model's core equation is derived from the following relationships. 1. Savings function, S equals Sy, where S is total savings, S is the savings rate, marginal propensity to save, and Y is national income. 2. Investment capital accumulation, I equals delta K, where I is investment, and delta K is the change in the capital stock. 3. Capital output ratio, C equals Ky, where C is the capital output ratio, and K is the capital stock. Therefore, delta K equals C delta Y. 4. Growth rate derivation, since I equals S then delta K equals Sy, substituting delta K equals C delta Y, then C delta Y equals Sy. Dividing both sides by Cy, we arrive at the growth rate, G is to G equals S by C. Analytical implications. Emphasis on savings. The model underscores the importance of savings mobilization for economic development, particularly in capital-scarce economies. Capital formation. It highlights the critical role of capital accumulation as a driver of economic growth. Knife-edge instability. The model's most significant contribution, and its most prominent critique, is the knife-edge problem. It suggests that sustained growth requires precise alignment between the actual growth rate and the warranted growth rate, a condition deemed highly improbable in real-world economies. This instability is due to the lack of mechanisms within the model to correct for deviations from the warranted growth path. Limitations. The model's restrictive assumptions, including a fixed capital output ratio, a constant savings rate, and the absence of technological progress, limit its applicability to complex, dynamic economies. It also disregards the influence of factors such as labor force growth, human capital development, and technological innovation. Conclusion. The Harrod-Domar model, while subject to considerable criticism, serves as a valuable conceptual framework for understanding the fundamental relationship between savings, investment, and economic growth. Its emphasis on capital accumulation and the knife-edge problem has stimulated extensive debate and further research in growth theory. While it has been superseded by more sophisticated models, its historical significance and its contribution to the development of macroeconomic thought remain undeniable.